What's going on, guys? Roscoe here from Roscoe's Garage, and I'm back here with another video for you on my 1980 C3 Corvette. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. Today I want to talk to you guys about the top 3 things that I wish I knew before I bought my car. I bought my car when I was 21, and I don't want to say that was a mistake, but I do want to say that I wish I knew more about classic car ownership before I got into it, because maybe I would have bought in a newer model Corvette rather than something a little bit older, because I have a hard time learning older technology because all my friends work on newer technology. So the main issue that I ran into when I first bought my car was the electrical system. My brake lights didn't work, my reverse lights didn't work, my alternator gauge did not work, oil pressure did not work, coolant didn't work, clock worked, blinkers didn't work, headlights worked, high beams worked, and the marker lights on the front and the back worked. But other than that, all that stuff didn't work. Radio speakers were not hooked up in the back, so I was rolling around with a Beats pill for a while. So when I first bought the car, I kind of just really pushed that aside and didn't really look at that. I was like, oh my god, the motor sounds so cool. This is so fun. And I kind of wish that I knew a little bit more about the electronics, because I didn't know the oil pressure. I didn't know exactly what the gauge for the coolant was going to read. I didn't know if it was running at 18 volts. All of these are very dangerous situations. So I bought the car, and I look back and I'm like so thankful that I bought the car that I have, because the car that I have now, I know it, and it's pretty reliable. It's actually going in the shop, pretty reliable, comma, it's going in the shop. I think it's got a bad U-joint. I pray to God it's a U-joint. But every time I hit the gas, it's like click, 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 click. I might have a video of it. If I do, I'll throw it in. It doesn't do it when I'm in neutral or park, so that leads me to believe that it's not like ticking, you know. But every single time I hit the gas, it's like a you know. So if I hit the gas hard, if I hit the gas soft, it might do it. But if I hit the gas soft and just kind of cruise, it won't do it. It doesn't really do it on the highway unless I stomp on it. So it'll sit fine at 65, but as soon as I stomp on it, it'll do the clicking. I digress. We're getting into something totally different. But I wish I knew more about the electronics of the car. The second thing that I wish I knew a little bit more about was fiberglass. I wish I knew how expensive fiberglass repair was going to be, and how expensive it is to paint fiberglass. And not only the expense of fiberglass and how much it costs to fix, repair, and maintain, but how hard it is to find someone to work on fiberglass. Because I have had a very hard time finding someone who seems like, you know, they got a good head on their shoulders and they got a clean shop. Because most people, if they say they work on fiberglass, I feel like they're just kind of desperate for work. And I went to this one shop, I won't name it, but I walked in and they're like, yeah, we work on fiberglass. And I was like sitting on this nasty couch, and it was like gross. It was like flies and everything around the building. It was kind of disgusting. And I remember he took me through the I asked him, I said, yo, do you guys have like a controlled environment room, like just a painting room, you know, not open to elements? He's like, yeah, we got that, come with me, I'll show you. So I was like, all right, great. So we're walking through this, and then there's a dude, I swear to God, I don't know what he was doing. Actually, I have an idea. But he was sitting there, he was squatting down, and he was in like black or gray cargo shorts, shirtless, tan, shirtless, and he was spraying the car like this with a hand spray. He's like, sss, 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 sss. And I'm like, what the? So we get to the control booth, and it's actually a relatively nice controlled room, but I couldn't shake it, dude. I was like, nah, I'm out. So I've had multiple shops deny working on my car, because I have a couple chips in my car that I get fixed. But other than that, fiberglass, yeah. Fiberglass is a big thing. So I suggest it's well worth your while. If there's mechanical issue and you're handy, it's much easier to fix, you know, a water pump than it is to go paint and deal with fiberglass. So I would, if I was going to buy a car, I would focus on the body and making sure that the body is in great shape, and then for your dollar amount, figure out the best car mechanically that you can get. If you want the L82 or the L48 motor, it depends on what you're looking for. Me, I don't care about going fast because I have a Harley, so my motorcycle is what I get my speed addiction through. And I don't even go that fast. I go like 80 on the highway, but that's good for me. You're open in the elements. I don't wear a windshield. No. Yeah, so I would definitely focus on the body and then see what you can do mechanically. See, like my car had a pretty good body. It had one chip in it. It had a brand new transmission. The transmission only had like 3,000 miles on it. The guy had upgraded from a 350 turbo trans to a 700 R4. I was pretty thankful to have that upgrade. I don't know if he blew it. I don't know what happened. From what I can see, he didn't beat the piss out of it. But the third and final thing that you want to research, you want to make sure that you're getting the right car, because it might have changed the car that I bought had I done more research on it. And this is something that I didn't really check out, was parts. If you're looking at cars, look at, like, I didn't do this, and this is my stupidity. It might be something that you can just, it's just common and most people do, but I didn't do this. I got so involved, kind of like house fever, just like you're looking at all these houses and whatever, but kind of like I got so involved with wanting the car that I didn't really look at the parts that needed to get replaced. Like, I knew the brake booster had to go out. I didn't research how long the job was going to take me to do the brake booster. I didn't research how expensive the parts were going to be. Now, the brake booster wasn't that bad, and the most of the repairs that I've done weren't that bad. I have a guy who does electrical, so we're good with that. And if there's anything like super ground clearance, like the drive shaft issue that I'm having, I'm probably going to send that to a friend of mine, Jeff, who does some work. So research the parts and just general parts. Like if you're looking to redo, like if you see that and you're like, all right, I'm going to redo the motor, just look up like what certain top end kits are going to cost. Like, 'cause I didn't know any of these pricing things because I wasn't used to it. I was working on a Ford Taurus, so that was my car. I was working on a 2010 Ford Taurus, and I loved that. So I went from that to the Vet. I didn't understand how much the parts cost. So knowing the electrical, knowing that you have good electrical in the car, you're not shorting out, the history of any kind of electrical repairs. I document everything. I have a book like that big. I've talked about it before on this channel, but I have a book, literally it's like that thick. I'll showcase it sometime, of all the repairs ever done on this car. I have stuff dating back from the 80s, but I keep adding to it with pictures, Polaroids from car shows, whatever. But you want to see the history, you want to see the electrical history, you want to check out how much the parts are going to cost, and you want to check out the fiberglass industry in your surrounding area. That's my suggestion from someone who's been involved with this car for 3 years now. I love the car. It's an amazing car. If you're not a speed addict, it's a great car to just kind of cruise around in. But that's been Roscoe's Garage. I hope you guys found some use out of this video. If you're looking at buying a 1980 C3 Corvette or 79, 81, whatever, and you're looking at buying one of these cars, you have questions, DM me in the comments or on my Instagram. I'll respond to everybody. I respond to the comments that were from 2-3 years ago to this day. I still do it. So I get them right on my phone. So if you have a question or a comment or a suggestion for a video, just DM me or comment, and and I'll get right back to you. And I'm always looking for video ideas too. If you guys want to see me talk about a certain subject about my car, I'm super excited to do that. Or if you guys want to hear more about the Harley, let me know about that too. But I will talk to you guys later. Roscoe's Garage out. Bye.